Samantha McKelvey, and I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas. I just started my second year of residency, July 18, 2001, and I had scrubbed in on several surgeries that day, and I'd had this lump in my neck. It was not big, but I'd been ignoring it for quite some time, until it finally got to be so big that all the scrub nurses said, "What is that on your neck? You know, your mask is not fitting right. You need to get that checked out." So I finally managed to get another fellow resident to cover my case that day. And I went to see, I'd actually curbsided a few other doctors, and they told me they figured I was just fine. It was a little bump, no big deal. Maybe a little infection, started on some antibiotics. But it continued to get worse, so I actually went to a real doctor, and I waited, and then I got a call back from my doctor. And he said, "Samantha, you need to sit down." He said, "I have something really important to tell you." And I said, "Okay." And he said, "You have cancer, you have leukemia, and you need to go into the hospital tonight to start chemotherapy." And I said, "No, I can't go into start tonight. I'm on call this weekend. I've got way too much to do. My life's got to continue onward." And he said, "No, you can't be on call tonight, and you're probably not going to be on call or work for quite some time." And that just was unreal to me. It was a very unreal moment. And I went from being a normal resident doing surgeries one day to being in the hospital that night with it turns out my blood count was extremely low. My platelet counts were also dangerously low, and my cancer burden was very, very high. So that night I ended up in the hospital with 2 IVs, one with blood running through it, one with platelets running through it, and then started chemotherapy that night. A year later I got a bone marrow transplant, and then I was in remission for quite some time after that. I then recurred sometime later in 2003 and got a second bone marrow transplant at MD Anderson. And Dr. Emanuel's now caring for me. He does my bone marrow biopsies every 6 months. He does a great job. I've been very happy with it. I felt very confident here. I had to learn on my own that hope is what it is. It's a longing, aching desire to live. And there is no such thing as a false hope, because what a false longing, aching desire, that doesn't make any sense. Hope is what it is. And I just decided that in the case of uncertainty, there's nothing wrong with hope. Illness is a bell-shaped curve. Somebody's got to survive, and I just decided that person was going to be me. And you don't even realize how important the small things you say are until you've been on the other side, and then it just clicked. I'm almost 5 years from the second transplant, and they tell me that this means that I might actually be cured, which is amazing to me. I went for 4 years with basically no hope, and initially, they told me without a transplant that I wouldn't live more than 10 months. It stuns me and amazes me that I am alive and that I have a normal quality of life now. It's really, truly a miracle.